parades literally fucking suck in comparison to like North Korean and Chinese military parades or the shit you see in like the USSR. It's just, well, one reason is because we got no tanks or no fucking nukes and shit that we can parade, because our infrastructure will crumble if you literally roll tanks through those roads. That's one of the big reasons why Donald Trump couldn't do it. But the other thing is like, there's no, I mean, dude, look at that. Like, I guess North Korea really beefs up their parade stat. So, you know, they really focus on that more than anything else. But I mean, look at this.
우리 당의 최고수의 높이 모신 이 감격이 환히 만세 환호성으로 울려 퍼지고 로고를 뜨겁게 전하며 나갑니다. 더병의 위력이자.
But nothing.
35개 도보종대와 15개 기계화종대, 나무중대, 려도방어대를 비롯
But nothing touches. Hold on. Nothing touches the Egyptian police parade.
영원히 전쟁이란 말을 모르도록 국가 핵무력 완성과 로켓투께서 조국과 민족 후손만리 앞에.
You guys remember the Egyptian police parade?
이 당의 혁명전, 혁명의 붉은 방패, 붉은 맹수가 되어 심장으로 부르며 감격 속에 평양의 하늘을 경애하는 김정은 동지께 경례.
This is the GOAT. It's still goated on the stacks. Look at this one.
따뜻한 축복을 보내주십니다.
무력은 조체와 현대화가 가장 완벽하게 실현된.
Dude, MENA boys love jumping through hoops, dude. I don't know what it is about Middle Eastern, North African homies, but they love jumping through hoops. Literally, fucking from ISIS training videos all the way to like just any time there is like ever a video that requires like some military exercise, you will see an Arab or a Muslim dude or a fucking North African dude jumping through a hoop, sometimes on fire. Well, these are on fire too, I think. I don't know what it is. Yeah, these are all my gaming viewers. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Pretty good. Pretty fucking good, dude. All right, let's look at Biden's the rest of the day. And by the way, those are the people that stay for Rust. That's what they look like. I swear to God. When I'm playing video games, that's what you become. You become real fucking buff. Okay, President-elect. We already saw all that. 11:15 a.m. President-elect are participating in the swearing-in ceremony. They're sworn in. We already got through that. They review the readiness of military troops in a pass-in review. The President, First Lady, Vice President, Second Gentleman participated in wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. President, First Lady, Vice President, Second Gentleman receive a presidential escort to the White House. President signs executive orders and other presidential actions. President swears in day one presidential appointees in virtual ceremony. And the first two that are going to be the president swears in day one presidential appointees in virtual ceremony. This video of Trump flying away on CNN is so fucking good.
What's wrong with Gloria?
Let's just watch in silence as this Air Force One takes off and the Trump family leaves Washington, leaves the seat of power.
Yes.
He did do it his way, dude. He did.
There you go. And inside the church,
It's hard not to feel happy, at least a sense of happiness, though. Because, I mean, this is a person who embodies all of the senseless cruelty of the Republican Party so perfectly, and that's why he was so popular and is still super popular, right? So yeah, of course you're going to celebrate a little bit because it's like a moment of solace for you, just like a moment of happiness because you know that such a cruel person is like experiencing a little bit of pain. You know? He was your content? I think I'll be all right, brother. I think I'll be all right. Especially considering the fact that there is plenty of work to be done still, and I don't think Joe Biden is going to answer. Like, I am more fascinated, as I always have been, with Trump supporters and the Republican Party than I am with Donald Trump. My fascination with Donald Trump only extends to, well, one, he is a great content creator. He is. But my fascination with Donald Trump revolves around how much he is able to voice and be a vector for all of the anxieties and frustrations that Americans that I'm more fascinated with experience and feel and say and do. You get it? So let's watch some Trump supporters get angry about his presidential pardons, which we will talk about in a brief moment. Did he actually pardon Kodak Black? I know he pardoned Lil Wayne.
No good pardons, just so you know. We pardoned drug dealing rappers. We pardoned a Democrat mega donor. Nobody good. Nobody good. Nobody anybody was holding out for. Nothing declassified. Not that I saw. Nothing good declassified. So we're kind of like, oh, this is how it ends? This is how it ends? We're getting thrown off online, discriminated against, and no stand up for us now. And any liberals who are happy that I'm a little perturbed, oh no, you're about to get it. No. I'm happier because you're in the crap hole too. Because you should see Biden's day one agenda. Day by
banning liberalism.
to America. Say goodbye. All the over excess, it's over. It's done. We're screwed. We're screwed. Screwed. So, I don't know what to say. You know, everybody was hoping last couple weeks, a little something could have been done. You know, we're getting discriminated against. Nope. It's just over. America dies. Nobody cares. Nobody's standing up for us. 3 shots of espresso over ice in a venti cup with 1 pump of vanilla and a little whipped cream on top.
Just 1 pump of vanilla
Yes.
and whipped cream on top. Got it. What else?
And a grande that'll be it.
363.
Thanks.
This is what happens to your son when you're a Trump supporter. That's just what it is. Listen, I mean, this is Christian Walker, son of Herschel Walker. You might remember Herschel Walker doing this.
I'm not an actor, a singer, or a politician. I'm Herschel Walker. Most of you know me as a football player, but I'm also a father, a man of faith, and a very good judge of character. I've known Donald Trump for 37 years, and I don't mean just casual ran into him from time to time. I'm talking about a deep personal friendship. I watched him as an owner of a professional football team. Right after he bought the team, he set out to learn. He learned about the history of the team, the players, the coaches, every detail. Then he used what he learned to make the team better. I watched him in the boardroom.
I know what racism is like, and here I am to tell you Donald Trump is not racist. Like literally every black person that spoke at the RNC, straight up said exactly that. Okay? Every single one. And yet not a single black conservative stood for a moment and go, wait a minute, like, are we being used here as fucking pawns? Like, Jesus Christ. So you're calling a black person a racist? I didn't even say that, but yes, black people can absolutely be fucking racist, dumbass. Candace Owens exists. What the fuck do you mean? How are we this far in? Like, the Trump administration is over. I've been doing this content for fucking years now. Like, you have to recognize that I don't operate in a similar capacity to what like the 2014, 2015, 2016 era liberals do, where you're like, well, a black person, well, you know, I'm gonna scale it back when I'm criticizing a black person. Like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Are you stupid?
I have a drink in here, so I couldn't get my grande water. No, y'all, it's just like, it's not good, and it's so funny to me because
got a fucking $2,000. What's that brand? He's got a $2,000 bracelet on.
liberals are celebrating, but really they're celebrating that Trump lost, and they're celebrating that Trump supporters are upset. Baby, the Biden agenda's gonna...
Yeah, Cartier. 2K Cartier bracelet, anti-mask shirt. Check.
affect you too, and it's hell on earth. But you're celebrating because you don't have a brain and you don't get it. Go look at the agenda and say goodbye to America. Maybe you don't care because you're not even a citizen. Maybe you don't care about how the Biden agenda is going to affect. You don't even like America but honey, you know, I think the thing is, Trump supporters were just hoping at the very end we could go out with a little strength. We could go out, you know, someone up for us, and that didn't happen. That did not happen. So now we're left in the dirt. We're left feeling terrible, and it's not about feeling. We're left in a really bad position because Democrats are enraged and all this, and we weren't stuck up for. So we're a little kind of, like I said yesterday, left out in the middle of the road. A little left out. Okay? Get ready for Biden.
Why is it always the femboys that are racist, lol? Hey, we got some good femboys in this audience, okay? Not all femboys.
Say goodbye to the country. Say goodbye.
Wait, Bernard is on.
Absolutely it is. It's possible. First of all, we hope that our Republican colleagues understand the kind of pain and desperation that is out there and work with us to respond to that desperation.
Do you see any indication of that?
It's too early to tell. I certainly hope that it will happen. But second of all, there are tools that we have. The president has executive orders, which can make a significant impact on the lives of people. And second of all, and I say this as the incoming chairman of the Budget Committee, we have a process, as you know, called budget reconciliation. And that process, for a number of issues, not all, requires only 50 votes plus the vice president. So there is a lot that we can do through budget reconciliation, and I intend to do everything I can to make that happen.
You simplified it well. I'm not going to get into the term reconciliation, but basically the president has a choice. He can choose to go a route where he tries to pass something with 50 votes plus one, or where he tries to get Republican bipartisan buy-in on the big plans. He seems to indicate that he wants to try that bipartisan approach, which it really is at odds, or at least in tension, with what you're talking about.
Well, yes and no. I have no problem with reaching out to Republicans. I would prefer to do it that way. But if we hear very early on that Republicans do not want to act in a way that meets the needs of working people in this country or the middle class, sorry, we're going to do it alone. The truth of the matter is that Republicans used budget reconciliation over the years to provide massive tax breaks to the rich, to try to repeal the Affordable Care Act. We're going to use it to protect and the middle class of this country.
Bro, how can you not love them?
We have a minimum wage here in Washington, a national minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. That's a starvation wage. You got tens of millions of people working for starvation wages. We got to raise that minimum wage to at least $15 an hour. We can do that through reconciliation, and I intend to do my best to make that happen.
And Senator, do you think you can get this done as you're also pursuing the Senate trial of President Trump? And how quickly will that happen? How quickly can it get done?
Well, George, that's what I meant when I said we got to walk and show the American people we can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. Yes, I think we have got to impeach Trump. We cannot have a president who incites insurrection against the government that he was sworn to defend. You got to do that. But at the same time, you can't spend weeks and months on that. Move it quickly. Confirm Biden's nominees quickly, and then let us simultaneously address the terrible health and economic crises facing this country. We got to move very aggressively to make sure that vaccines that we need are produced, that they are distributed, and that they are in people's arms as quickly as possible. We need to create jobs. We need to raise the minimum wage. We need to do so many things, and we got to do it immediately, as quickly as we possibly can.
Senator Sanders, thanks for your time today.
Thank you, George.
I want to bring in Rebecca Jarvis on this point. And Rebecca, we're dealing with a paradox, and the president is going to have to be dealing with this paradox right now. I think as he was speaking, the stock market hit another record high as America as a whole is dealing with a jobs crisis unlike any we've seen in a generation.
That's right, George. And you can look at the stock market hitting a new record high as a sigh of relief on Wall Street, as a vote of confidence on Wall Street.
Absolute
but
legend,
the underlying
bro.
economy is still here. And now, as president, Biden inherits an economy that is, in some respects, worse off than the one he inherited with President Obama in the Great Recession. In fact, in order to get our country back to full employment, he will have to create more jobs than he did with President Obama, with about 10 million people still out of work as a result of this pandemic. And when you think about the types of work that needs to be done, the stimulus measures, the number of people who are still far behind on mortgage payments, rent payments, the number of people who are still collecting some form of unemployment benefits, and the fact that getting that money into their hands has been difficult in the last handful of months. The people who need the money most, in many cases, are not getting the kinds of resources that they need. The types of industries that are most impacted by this crisis, without a pandemic, without the pandemic and a full recovery of the pandemic, those very people will still be facing unemployment, George, in areas like restaurants and hotels and travel. These types of jobs are not set to come back without a full recovery of this pandemic.
Rebecca Jarvis, thanks. The presidential motorcade making its way across Memorial Bridge to Arlington Memorial Cemetery. The president will be there shortly. We're going to take a quick break and join them when he arrives.
Okay, while they're taking a quick break, I'm going to take a quick break as well because I forgot to run an hour at the top of the hour. But as you know, at the top of every hour, we have a 60-second ad break, and that entails... wait, what am I saying? At the top of the hour, we have a 60-second ad break. I'm going to run it right now, and then we're going to get into MAGA copium. There's a famous MAGA woman that had a massive breakdown that everyone wants me to watch. So that's going to be funny. Delicious MAGA tears are coming, folks. And if you want to avoid seeing the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5, or you can do it for free with your Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account or your mom's Amazon Prime account or your dad's or your wives or your wife's boyfriend's Amazon Prime to your Twitch account by getting 1 free Twitch Prime. Here's the ad. Dude, I love Bernie Sanders so much. And that's why. That appearance perfectly maps out why I love Bernie Sanders. Like, he said all the right things. All the right things. Undeniable. Rush Limbaugh is reacting to the... Oh, yeah, Hogwatch is in effect now, boys. Hogwatch is fully in effect.
Good to have you here.
Rush Limbaugh is reacting to the inauguration with conspiracy theories. Let's take a look at what he has to say. I cannot believe this dude is still alive and choosing to do this.
Here, we're going to try to get through the day here as best we can. I'm looking for the words to most perfectly capture the range of emotion that I feel. And I'm watching these people as they have assembled on the stage for the inauguration of plugs. And this inauguration looks like what you would expect from a one-party state. This inauguration looks like the Chinese Olympics, with hundreds and hundreds of flags to replace people who were not allowed to show up. Now, why do you think people were not allowed to show up? Well, people aren't allowed to show up because of COVID. People aren't allowed to show up because of the threats of the National Guard might open fire on everybody. That's not why. The reason they put up all these replacements for people is that I don't think they were confident a bunch of people would show up for this. Because I think they know. I think they know that they are not. You got to be very careful here.
Wait, I mean, yeah, I don't think a lot of people would show up regardless. I mean, bro, people stormed the fucking streets when Joe Biden won, first of all. When it was like confirmed all across the country, people still could not hold back their sense of joy and rushed to the streets and fucking did dance parties and shit. And it was not the sensible thing to do. Like people definitely hated Donald Trump. So I think that they probably would have still filled that shit up pretty easily, but it's not in their best interest. And even if it wasn't for that, even if it wasn't for the DC streets being filled up with people because they're afraid of COVID, that's still a reasonable fear to have. And guess what doesn't matter? Any of those things, because ultimately Joe Biden won by millions of fucking votes. You could say that those millions of voters voted against Donald Trump and not for Joe Biden. You could say that, and that is true. A big chunk of them did. I myself am one of those people. But it doesn't matter.
Here in the words I choose, I think they know that this is something that's been arranged rather than legitimately sought and won. And you can see this in their attitudes, in their smiles. You can see it, hear it in the words that they are uttering. It's like, I remember the 1984 Democrat convention was in San Francisco. I happened to be there. I was covering it. And one of the speakers on one of the nights was the mayor of Washington, D.C. His name was Marion Barry. And the sum total of his speech was, tonight we're on the inside. Tonight we're on the... Meaning, finally, the minorities that really are the Democrat Party have made it to the power base. We're on the inside. We're not on the outside looking in. And I sense a similar frame of mind with the people that are up there on the stage. At this, they've been sweating bullets for 4 years, and they are now convinced that they have re-secured their complete and total hold on power in Washington. But I think they know that it's fleeting. They're going to do everything they can to make sure it's not fleeting. They're going to do everything possible to make sure that they never lose it again. Don't misunderstand. But I think all of these people have souls, and they all have deep, dark crevices where they engage in deep thoughts about themselves. And I think when they go there, I think that a number of them actually have to admit that they've dodged a bunch of bullets here. And I think they know, and this is the big one, I think they know with 74 million, maybe 80 million people who did not vote for Joe Biden, there is no way they can honestly say to themselves that they represent the power base of the country. They're going to have to take it. They're going to have to hold on to it and never let go of it. They have not legitimately won it. Now, I'm on thin ice saying.
No, you can only win an election legitimately if you voted for Republicans. That's how it works, guys. It's technically morally consistent. It's within the realm of his fucking moral system. If that's unironically what he believes. And a lot of Republicans actually believe this. Like, they're just literally like, they went from, oh, we should stop poor people from like kind of voting and black people from voting, you know, as best as we can without openly saying it, to like, no. Every Democratic vote is an illegitimate vote. And only Republican votes are legitimate votes. That's why Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was on the same fucking ballot as Donald Trump, was contesting the results of the election. And when faced with a question like, well, what about your election, which was on that exact same fucking ballot, she was like, oh, no, I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about the presidential one. It's the same ballot, you dumb hog. It's literally just like, no, only votes cast for Republicans are legitimate and only votes cast for Democrats are illegitimate. It's it. Same machine, same ballots. Only fucking Donald Trump's election was contestable and wrong because she won.
Saying this, I'm making myself a target saying this, but I've been doing this for 30 years. And it's really no different today than 30 years ago. It's no different than last week in terms of the way I approach this. And
again, same machines in the Georgia runoffs, and yet for some reason they didn't cry about that. Why do you think Republicans didn't cry about the Georgia runoffs? Same people running the elections, who are Republicans, by the way. Republicans run those elections. Same machines, same polling stations, and in a lot of instances, the same people counting the ballots. Why did no one fucking cry about the Georgia runoffs? No, they lost. But why didn't they cry about it in the same way? Because it all begins and ends with Donald Trump. That's it. It's stan culture for them, where it's just about whatever Donald Trump is angry about. And Donald Trump is... No, I can't click on that because right underneath it is Donald Trump's dick on that Jordan Klepper link.
It's almost a question of legitimacy. I'm almost of the mind that they know that there's not a full-fledged legitimacy to this, but it doesn't matter because they're able to lie to.
Nobody's going to take out Rush Limbaugh. Who the fuck cares what he says? It's hilarious that he thinks he's a target. I mean, dude, there is perhaps no better example of like Republicans and the fake victimhood narrative that they write about themselves than a man who literally got a presidential medal of honor. Okay? After spewing bile for half a fucking century. Like, dog, you literally got a Medal of Freedom. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, oh, you have a target on your back? And also, by the way, don't think that for a second that he's not popular. He's one of the most popular still broadcasters in this country. Many people always forget that like Rush Limbaugh is so insanely popular. Like he's bigger than Joe Rogan because it's radio. Maybe not bigger than Joe Rogan actually, but he's bigger than Joe 100%. I don't know how to analyze 13 million live viewers. Like radio is still huge, dude. He has the same chair as you? Yeah, I know.
Themselves. They're able to tell themselves stories.
Ever consider doing radio? Bitch, I am doing radio. What I do is I didn't reinvent the wheel. I literally am just doing what Rush Limbaugh does, but on Twitch to Zoomers. And also without spewing insane, rambling, mad nonsense about how climate change is fake and shit. But I do that. I basically do what they do. These are like old school conservative broadcasters do pretty much what I'm doing, or have been doing pretty much what I'm doing. They also go on for 3 hours just talking. They have call-ins in the show. This is like old school radio. I dress better too sometimes. I mean, they do it for 3, I do it for 10. Why is this chair so much bigger? He's much tinier than me. I think it's the cancer eating away at his body too. Found a rare Trump. Oh, this is a great
Indiana
one.
Jones without Harrison Ford.
These were so good. Trump is, look, you can hate him, and there's obviously plenty of reason to hate him, but he's such a good poster. He's always been a great poster. And he will continue to be a great poster. I'm pretty sure they'll reinstitute his accounts eventually.
You can't do that. And now they're making Ghostbusters with only women. What's going on? They're remaking Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford. You can't do that. And now they're making Ghostbusters with only women. What's going on?
Like, that's so good. That's so good. That's so good. You can't defeat. That's undefeated. That guy became the president, dude, for 4 fucking years. No, he's not, bro. He's as cringe as Joe Biden, even worse. I mean, I never said he's not cringe, but that's a great post. You can't do that. Like, the president is crying. You will never have another president who very publicly had cried about like so many different things. I don't know where to begin. Diet soda, Coca-Cola company shitting on him, but he'll still keep drinking that garbage, which is my favorite tweet that he's ever had. Sissy Graydon Carter and his Vanity Fair parties not being good. Kristen Stewart. They get a long and complicated saga about Kristen Stewart. Like, you just won't have that. That's not going to happen. I'll keep drinking that garbage. It's me. I literally feel that way. Bro, after 9/11, he said, what did he say? Congratulations to all my haters. Like, on this anniversary of 9/11. What was it? What did he say? No, not the tallest building in Manhattan. He said that immediately after 9/11. That was wild, but he said something along the lines of like, he basically said like, congratulations to the haters and losers on this 9/11 or something. Smug, rare Trump. I love that. That's my favorite. President Obama was constantly chewing gum. Then he takes it out of his mouth and puts it back in. You can't do that. It's disgusting. President Obama, much like myself, is a nicotine addict. That's why.
Going crazy. The people of India are going crazy that President Obama was constantly chewing gum. And then on top of that, he took it out of his mouth, put it back. You can't do it. It's disgusting.
So good. So fucking good, dude. So good. These feel like cameos. I think Dan Scavino was probably like popping in with a fucking camera in his hand. Barney Frank tweet is a goat one too. Nipples protruding. Disgusting. That's a really good one. Is it which one is this? Best line in the Elizabeth Warren beer catastrophe is to her husband, "Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here. It's their house. He's supposed to be there." I would like to extend my best wishes to all, even the haters and losers on this special date, September 11th. All bangers, dude. All bangers, okay? All fucking gas. No brakes, baby. Straight the fuck up. Oh, this one's great too. I love Hispanics. Greatest tacos in Trump Tower. I love my Hispanics. On this Cinco de Mayo. If we did a comedy show, I would 100% buy a sub for it. Not rare Trump, but a rare Hassan.
Spreading those rumors around.
I've already seen this.
Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day.
We've seen this.
Some time to get away.
We've seen this already. Bro, there's no way GTA 6 is funnier than this. I refuse to believe Trump ate that taco salad. He probably did. Burnt ass taco bowl. It was the wettest of storms from the standpoint of water. Come on, bro. The wettest of storms from the standpoint of water. My man said the wettest. Remember when he did that interview? Wait, the Axios interview was brilliant all over. We're going to get to Trump supporters crying in a second. Does anyone have the Barney Frank tweet, though? Because that one is so good, especially if you show the photo. He didn't post the photo of it, but like, if you see the photo, you know that like he's right too on top of it. ASAP Rocky tweet. ASAP Rocky released from prison and on his way home to the United States from Sweden. It was a rocky week. Get home ASAP, ASAP. Best Trump tweet and it's not even close. Oh, this. Yeah, no, straight up. Barney Frank looked disgusting. Nipples protruding in his blue shirt before Congress. Very, very disrespectful. He's right. He's right, too. Like, that's what makes it so funny. Nipples protruding. Very disrespectful. That's real. He did say that. Oh, Jesus Christ. I never seen a skinny person drink Diet Coke when he himself is fat. That's great, too. I mean, I feel the same way about it, too. Like, I've never seen a skinny person drink Diet Coke. Yeah, bitch, you're fat, too, though. It's so am I, and I love Diet Coke as well. We're not going through Trump highlights. We're just, like, looking at... This was a funny Trump tweet, too.
Well, that's very good. You just have a good time. Are you still a believer in Santa? Because at 7 it's marginal, right? Well, you just...
He loved it. Look at him. He's so happy with it. Because it's 7. Come on, it's give or take it.
Right? Well, you just enjoy yourself.
He's such a fucking freak, though, so it doesn't matter. He's such a piece of shit. Trump primo content. Every time I speak to the haters and looters, I do so with great love and affection. They cannot help the way that they were born fucked up. Oh, that's a really good one, too. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's see what's going on here. Joe Biden is marching. They laid the wraith at the unknown soldier, I think, tomb, right? Joe Exotic is pissed he got played. I was too innocent and too gay to deserve a pardon from Trump, and I only mattered to Don Jr. Wait, is that actually him? When he needed to make a comment about me to boost a social media post, boy, were we all stupid to believe he actually stood for equal justice is corrupt and friends all come first. We woke up this morning sick to our stomachs. He pardoned all of his criminal cronies, but not you, someone who the American people actually wanted pardoned. You are in our thoughts today. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Hold on. Okay, let's finally watch this shit now. Okay, here. I promised you the MAGA woman.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden's talking with some kind of crazy flag.
What?
This is America.
Wait, what did she see? Oh, no. Oh, she fucking... Oh, she's high as giraffe pussy off that Trump copium, dude. Oh, my Lord, dude.
This is our land.
Yeah, she mad she didn't see the Confederate flag, dude. I couldn't even see the Confederate flag.
Please, President Trump. Please, please, I hope you have a plan. God, please save us. Save us from the devil, please. Y'all, I'm about to have a panic attack.
Bro, at first I thought this was fake, but this ain't Meryl Streep. She can't be fucking faking that voice crack, dude. Those are real tears. Those are real tears, man. Oh, they're delicious. Num 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 num.
This is our country. Our country. This is awful. God, please save us, please.
So salty. So salty and so delicious, dude. Why do people film this and think it's a good idea to share with the public? I don't know, but I'm glad that they did. I'm sure as hell glad that they did. That's Sister Kathy. Ooh, it's good. Those tears taste like McDonald's lard and salt, dude. Those tears is what makes the McDonald's fries so great, dude. It's got that same special sauce in them. Num 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 num. How inconsiderate can you be towards someone who's truly in pain? Just inconsiderate you are for not beating Nameless. Hope he sees this, bro. Hope he sees this, okay? Trump is gonna look at this and be like, this woman is disgusting. She's got toe thumbs. Toe thumbs. What's going on? Even her index finger looks like a toe. Very disrespectful. Fingernails cut to the brim. Can't even see her fingernails. Very disrespectful. You too, nail biter? At least I got fingy nails still, though. I fucking bite the shit out of them, but I still have them. She got too much finger meat and not enough fingy on them fingies, dude. Not enough fingernail on them fingies. Wait, there's more? Goodbye. Oh, there's another one I got to show you. This one is great, too. Lots of QAnon followers are expressing anger and disappointment now that President Biden has been inaugurated, but some are still on the edge of their seat waiting for Trump to do something dramatic.
Well, Patriots, we're all probably doing the same thing watching this inauguration. You know, we've been told to watch it carefully because a lot of it could be nonsense, fake. You know, only time will tell. But, you know, Simon, Scott McKay, they've all told us that this thing has to go all the way through for it to be completed before Trump makes a move. So I think we're all sitting here waiting for something to happen. I don't think this is over yet, fellas. Guys and girls, be safe. Well, Patriots, we're all
be safe. Oh, Bernie addresses attire?
You know, in Vermont, we dress warm. We know something about the cold. And we're not so concerned about good fashion. We want to keep warm. And that's what I did today. You know, in Vermont.
Dude, he's so fucking cute, dude. God damn it. Listen, I had a lot of business to conduct after the inauguration. I wanted to make sure my hands were warm. And that's why I had mittens in my hands. I was dripped out the wazoo. It's the one coat that I have. There were articles about it talking about how it's Canada Goose and very expensive. It was a gift from my grandchildren. It's the only jacket I have. I like to keep warm. The kids are calling it dadcore, I believe. Massive turnout. Yeah, we already saw this. Is pretty sad. There was one in the California one, too. There was two people at the California one. Bernie watches you? Oh, shit. That's crazy. That's crazy that he watches me. Hog. Second pick is in someone's kitchen. Well, yeah, it's a joke, man. Jesus Christ. I think his code is a Burton though, since it's a local VT brand. Oh, he had a Canada Goose one that was like a big point of contention. The New York Post did a whole article on it, like how expensive his coat was and shit like that. Because socialism is when you don't wear coats. Socialism is when you stay cold in the cold. I reached out to my QAnon mom. She called Kamala a communist whore. I wish. That'd be so sick. They're being racist to each other? White nationalists are being racist to each other now? LMAO? Where's the best place to flee now that America has fallen? Fuck off. We're full. That's great. Oh, he's on NBC now. Let's hear what he has to say. Hold on, I gotta pee. I'll be back in 1 second.
Talker, how do you feel about that? Do you think there's a possibility of really working together in Washington?
Well, I would love to see it. This country faces, as the president mentioned in his inaugural remarks, unprecedented crises in terms of the pandemic, in terms of the economy, in terms of climate change, in terms of racial justice, immigration, income and wealth inequality, you name it, we got it. And I would hope very much that my Republican colleagues feel the pain of so many working class people in this country who are trying to feed their kids, trying not to get evicted from their homes, trying to be able to go to a doctor and pay the bills. We got crises, and we got to go forward, and I look forward to working with Republicans who I hope will join us.
Do you sense a palpable change among Republicans that might move the needle toward unity?
Well, we will. The devil will be in the details, and we'll find out soon enough. Look, for example, we have talked about raising the minimum wage in this country to a living wage of $15 an hour for years now. And I intend to do everything I can to make that happen. I would love to have 10 Republicans supporting that legislation. If not, we're going to put it into a reconciliation bill. So bottom line is, we got crises. We have got to respond and respond aggressively. We should reach out to our Republican colleagues, hear what they have to say. But we're not going to spend, if I have anything to say about it, months and months and years and not address the incredible pain that working families in the middle class, small businesses are now experiencing.
Well, it takes two to tango. Are you in the mood for compromise? Do you feel like you are willing to come their direction and meet somewhere in the middle?
Look, it's not a question of the middle. It's a question of responding to the crises. I don't know what the middle is when you deal with climate change, and scientists tell us we have a few years to address that crisis, or else there'll be irreparable harm. I don't know what being in the middle means when half of our population is working paycheck to paycheck, when 40 million people are facing eviction, when we have massive levels of income and wealth inequality. So, of course, I want to work with Republicans. But most importantly, we have got to address the crises facing working families, middle-income families, small businesses in this country.
Senator Sanders, it's good to have you with us today, sir. Thank you very much.
We'll be back with more of NBC's Inauguration Day coverage in just a moment. As we mentioned, we are awaiting today's parade. It'll be an inaugural parade unlike any other. This one will be mostly virtual.
And we'll see you in just a few moments. We're back with our coverage after this.
Steal the look, Burton Edgecombe, Uniqlo J wool tapered pants, Jen Ellis repurposed wool mittens. That's great. So it is Burton. Also 69.90. Nice. Bernie is, as you all know, a sex haver who flexes about how many grandchildren he has all the goddamn time. So what about his shoes? I don't know what his shoes are. The Senate is reconvening at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, and Schumer will be the majority leader then. After the inaugural festivities, the Senate will reconvene at 4:30 p.m. Following the prayer and pledge, Senator-designate Alex Padilla and Senators-elect John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock will be sworn in. The Senate will have a 50-50 split, with VP Harris breaking the tie, hence a new majority. Let's see what the Democrats have in store for us, ladies and gentlemen. But let's watch some hogs for the time being.
The violence and stuff. It was all set up. It was staged.
I think Antifa is responsible for that. I think Nancy Pelosi had something to do with that, and the Democrats.
It was a fire that had been simmering for a while. And finally,
it's like, oh, it's actually Antifa that did it. Okay, but do you think it was all right for people to storm the Capitol because that's what Donald Trump wanted? Yes. So Antifa's doing something good? No, Antifa did it, so it's bad.
it got out of control.
Do you think the president had any responsibility for it?
I think everybody had responsibility in this.
Yeah. And so who was responsible for the violence then?
Antifa, it went in first. Antifa went in first. There's videos out there that show that they let them in first. They bust them in.
Trump supporters don't go around wearing helmets, and they don't go around wearing all black. We're nothing but lovers, supporters, and we support the blue.
What do you think about the impeachment proceeding?
It shouldn't happen. I mean, he's about to go willingly.
Do you think he's going to still be president a week from now?
Oh, 100. I'll eat a shoe. I'll eat a shoe on camera if he's not.
I know Trump won. Who do you think won?
Well, I just listened to what the court said.
No, the court wouldn't even hear the evidence. Do you think that's fair?
They were Trump-appointed lawyers.
I don't care. They did not hear the evidence.
God is in charge of this. Not Trump, not us. God Almighty in Jesus' name.
Seems like God wanted a fucking corpse to win then, I guess, because that's what happened. Trump voters on the Capitol attack.
I was at the speech. Started out with a word of prayer. I thought I was in church. I was there with hundreds of thousands of people waiting in line. There was no violence. There was no problem. The rally went from church service to like a country music concert.
It was Antifa first, starting all, before we even got there. They were already there, starting all the violence.
Lots of joy, dancing. And President Trump, he knew that, I guess Antifa, he had some intel that they were coming, so he waited. He made us wait in the freezing cold.
We still came, even despite what they were doing, and brought a peaceful movement in. And we're.
I mean, you're calling your own people Antifa. Like, if it helps you cope, that's one thing. But you're literally calling your own diehard loyalists Antifa at this point. It's great. It's great.
Still largely peaceful, and had to deal with a small, minute number of people who were doing all of those, crazy violent shenanigans.
Forever. He started 50 minutes late. He talked on and on and on and on. He went over all the voter fraud numbers, which we already knew. I couldn't believe how long he talked.
We were just peacefully entering the nation's capital, and then all the violence was Antifa.
No, because I can't say that entering and breaking and entering, just like we've talked about, is exactly a peaceful act, but Antifa came to start off the violence and kind of like kick it off, and people unfortunately followed suit and kind of ran with that and did things that they shouldn't do.
So all of these people that are being arrested are all Antifa, huh? Like those who are saying like, I'm a supporter of Donald Trump, like that real estate lady who flew in on a private jet, who literally is like, I'm a Trump supporter. I went there to support Donald Trump. And I think Trump should fucking pardon me. Like, she's Antifa. Proud Boys leader Joe Biggs, Antifa. QAnon shaman who's been an avid and rabid, if you will, Trump supporter, Antifa. It's just everybody's Antifa. Everyone that got caught because they were